What if I told you that every time you read the Quran in English, you're not actually reading the Quran? You're reading someone's translation of it, someone's interpretation, someone's best attempt to carry Allah's words into a language they were never revealed in. Now, translations are useful, but they have a ceiling. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to break through that ceiling, how to start understanding the Quran in its original Arabic, even if you're a complete beginner with zero Arabic background. This is practical. This is doable. And by the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap you can start on today. Let's go. Section 1. Why translation is not enough. First, let's understand the problem. Translations of the Quran are created by scholars who dedicated their lives to this work. They are brilliant, sincere, and careful, and their translations provide genuine value, especially for people who are new to Islam or exploring it for the first time. But here's what every honest translator will tell you. Arabic doesn't fully translate. A single Arabic word can carry layers of meaning, multiple connotations, grammatical implications, theological weight, that sometimes take a whole English paragraph to even approximate. Take the word sabr. Most translations say patience, but sabr in Arabic means much more than patience. It means active endurance, steadfast restraint, a rooted, grounded resilience that holds you in place when everything is pushing you off course. Patience captures maybe 20% of that. Or take taqwa, usually translated as fear of God or God consciousness. But taqwa is a living, alert state of awareness combined with a protective reverence that has no single English equivalent. Every time a translator picks one English word for a layered Arabic concept, something stays behind. And here's the critical thing to understand. Allah chose Arabic deliberately. He says in the Quran, "Indeed, we have sent it down as an Arabic Quran so that you may understand." The Arabic is not a container for the message. The Arabic is the message. Translations are maps. The Arabic Quran is the territory. Section 2. The secret weapon, Arabic roots. Now here's where it gets exciting. Most people think learning Arabic means memorizing thousands of disconnected words. That's not how Arabic works. Arabic is a root-based language. Almost every word in the entire language grows from a three-letter root, and that root carries a core meaning. Words branch off from that root in completely predictable patterns. Here's an example. The root KTB is connected to writing. From that one root you get kitab, book; kataba, he wrote; maktaba, library; katib, writer; maktab, something written; yaktub, he writes. One root, 6 words. And there are more. This is the single biggest advantage Arabic gives learners. Once you understand roots, once you can look at a word and feel the root underneath it, your vocabulary expands rapidly. You stop memorizing isolated words and start recognizing entire families of meaning. And here's the most important part. The Quran uses approximately 1,750 unique root words. That sounds like a lot. But the high-frequency vocabulary, the words that appear over and over again across the entire Quran, is only about 300 words. 300 words. Start there. Not with a grammar textbook. Not with a full Arabic course. With the 300 most frequently occurring words in the Quran, words like Rahman, Rahim, Rab, Iman, Salah, Jannah, Eniar, Kitab, Haq, Sabr. Words you've heard 1,000 times. Now you learn exactly what they mean in Arabic, and they will show up for you, constantly, in everything you read and recite. Section 3. Use your prayer as a classroom. Here's something I tell every student, and it always lands. If you pray 5 times a day, you are already practicing Quranic Arabic 17 times every single day. Because every unit of every prayer starts with Surah Al-Fatiha, 7 ayat, 29 words of Arabic, and you recite it more than 6,000 times a year. Now imagine understanding every single one of those words, directly in Arabic. every time you recite. Let me walk you through just the opening. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise belongs to Allah, Lord of all the worlds. That single phrase contains 4 distinct Quranic concepts. Hamd, praise rooted in gratitude and love. Allah, the proper name of God. Rab, Lord, the one who nurtures and sustains. And Alameen, all worlds, all creation, every dimension of existence. 4 concepts in 4 words. When you understand that in Arabic, when it lands without a translation in between, the first ayah of Al-Fatiha stops being an opening line and becomes an entire theological statement you're making to God before you ask Him for anything. That's what happens when you understand the Arabic. And Al-Fatiha is where to start. 7 ayat. 29 words. The highest return Arabic investment you can make as a Muslim. Section 4. Start at the end of the Quran. After Al-Fatiha, your next target is Juz Amma, the 30th section of the Quran, at the back of the Mushaf. These are the short surahs most Muslims already memorized as children. You know how they sound. You've been reciting them for years. Now you're going to learn what they actually say, in Arabic, word by word. Start with Surah Al-Isra. 3 ayat. Imam Shafi'i, one of the greatest scholars in Islamic history, said that if people reflected only on this surah, it would be enough for their guidance. 3 ayat about time, about the nature of human loss, about the 4 things that save a person: faith, righteous action, commitment to truth, and commitment to patience. Learn those 3 ayat in Arabic, deeply. Then move to Surah Al-Ikhlas, 4 ayat that define the oneness of God with a precision that no theologian has ever improved upon. Short surahs first. Immediate wins. Immediate motivation. Section 5. The listening method and putting it all together. Here's a technique that most people skip, and it's one of the most powerful. Start listening to Quran recitation every single day. Before your formal study sessions. During them. After them. Your brain is a pattern recognition system. When you expose it repeatedly to Quranic Arabic through listening, especially with clear reciters, it starts picking up recurring words, familiar phrases, rhythmic patterns. You begin noticing when the same word appears in different surahs. You begin feeling the emotional shift between ayat of mercy and ayat of warning. Your ear starts doing work that your conscious study hasn't reached yet. And when you then sit down to formally study vocabulary or grammar, the sounds are already familiar. The learning accelerates dramatically. The roadmap, put simply, 300 core words, Arabic roots, Al-Fatiha word by word, Juz Amma surah by surah, daily listening throughout all of it. That sequence, followed consistently, produces real, measurable results. Not in years, in months. Here's what I want you to hold on to from this video. The Quran was not revealed to be recited without understanding. It was revealed to be understood. Allah says so directly, and the language it was revealed in, classical Arabic, is learnable for you, right now, wherever you are in your journey. You don't need a university degree. You don't need years of prior study. You need the right starting point, a consistent method, and the intention to connect with the words of Allah directly, in the language He chose. That's what Path to Islam is built for. I work with non-Muslims and new Muslims who want to understand Islam, including the Quran, the right way. Deeply. Directly. Without shortcuts that cost you the real thing. I'll drop a link in the description below where you can get started. If this video helped you, hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this content. Drop your questions in the comments. I read and answer every single one. And subscribe for new content every week on Islam, the Quran, and how to build a real, grounded Islamic understanding. I'll see you in the next one.